You are welcome to SBC 103D, which is Protection Agencies and Community Relations. Still on Unit 6, that talks about protection agencies, rights of minorities, and violence. You are welcome to the second session of the 6th unit of this model. And this session takes you through how protection agencies treat minority groups. Minority groups such as Rastafarians, women, sexual groups such as heterosexual will be discussed to bring the discussion into perspectives. And I urge you to come with me as the discussions goes. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to understand how protection agencies deal with human rights of minority groups. Cite minority groups that suffer discrimination from protection agencies in your locality or country. So we are to understand protection agencies and the rights of minorities. And minority groups such as Rastafarians in Ghana face a lot of negative stereotypes, even in the eyes of the protection agencies. They constantly face police searches on the highways. Even professors who are Rastafarians are not spared this ordeal. When there is a crime in an area, the police gets to the area and chance upon a group of Rastafarians, such as gathering, will be likely be suspects. The basis for such treatment is merely based on stereotypes, which are not grounded in any empirical facts. It is known fact that majority Rastafarians lead decent and modest lives wherever they find themselves across the globe. Migrants who live in slums often have confrontations with the police, as we have discussed earlier, and state over the abuse of their human rights. Slums in the major cities in Ghana are often tagged as dens of robbers, and often sleep of decent citizens in such area are disrupted through the arrests, where they would be paraded for victims of crimes to possibly identify those who robbed them. But the question is that always the case? That those who live in slums are criminals? The answer is no. The innocent ones who are not found to be engaged in crimes are not compensated for the loss of productivity. Sometimes the media does not treat them as mere suspects who need to be protected. They therefore show their faces on the television, as you might have seen before, as criminals, ignoring the negative consequences such actions could have on their lives. One of the human rights abuses that no one talks about is how people with physical disabilities are automatically disqualified from joining any security service. Nobody talks about that, and it's very, very unfortunate. It makes one wonder whether their work is all about running and physical activities, and one wonder why they are not accepted. There's a clear role that highly intelligent people with disability could play, yet we have ignored them completely and no one seems to care. The only basis for their non-inclusion is the fact that they have one physical disability or the other. This is a serious human rights issue that affects people with disabilities. And people with disabilities also sometimes find it challenging to receive help from protection agencies. And this is so because assisting them requires some adjustment, which may lead to some discomfort for the officers. The situation is compounded in most developing countries as a result of inadequacy of disability-friendly infrastructure in this part of the world. Moreover, the LGBT community, although the activities are illegal, often complain how protection agencies fail to protect them when they are even accused forcefully of engaging in such acts. They often occur in countries where such activities are viewed as reprehensible by the majority of the people and where laws have been enacted to prohibit such actions. Some members of this community have complained about the fact that they have not been receiving adequate protection from the protection agencies. The question is, do they need to be protected? And the fact that they are LGBTQ people, they still need to be protected because the constitution of the country says that everyone should be protected by these protection agencies. So irrespective of who they are, the fact that they are minority group does not mean they are not protected. Interesting, right? And I believe most of you have your thoughts. But the bottom line is everyone must be protected. Thank you. So this session discussed the relationship that exists between protection agencies and minority groups. You learned that minority groups sometimes experience unfair treatment from protection agencies, and it's not based on any science, but mere stereotype. I hope you get it. Good. So you have to join me again for the next session as we talk about the concept of family stress as the third session within Unit 6. Thank you.